Moses Kuria shared the podium with the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua for the first time since he was kicked out of cabinet. And of course, during the burial of the father to Karungodhangwa, the Kiambu senator, it turned into a political theater, while blindly, Moses Kuria, who was looking very angry, seems to be blaming the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua for the broad-based, I don't want to say broad-based, for the agreement between Raila and Ruto to bring ODM nominees to cabinet. And if I am not wrong, Moses Kuria is not very angry that ODM has joined. What Kuria is angry about is that he's been kicked out of the cabinet. And so, without much ado, can you listen to this page? And I want you to read the body language of Moses Kuria. From that video, you can see Kuria is speaking a bit irritated. He's not composed, and is throwing some jabs to the Deputy President, clearly saying that Deputy President is to be blamed for what happened in the cabinet.
Pia hapa tuko na miradi mingi sana imesimama. Mabarabara mingi, Kiambururu hapa, barabara ya Uplands kwenda Ruiru mpaka Uplands, barabara za Maumau ambao zimepitia hapa. Tunaongea mambo ya umoja ya Mount Kenya. Na mimi nakubaliana na hiyo maneno ya umoja ya Mount Kenya. Jameni, situfanye umoja ya kutetea miradi yetu ambao imesimama. Kwanza tufanye umoja ya hawa wananchi. Kabla ya kufanya umoja wa viongozi, nani mkubwa, nani mdogo, tufanye umoja ya kusema zile barabara zetu zimesimama ziendelee. Hapa Githunguri wakati nilikuwa katika Wizara ya Biashara, nikaanza Kiambu County mzima, County Aggregation and Industrial Park. Nikachagua hapa Githunguri wa Rohio. Hiyo mradi imesimama. Tufanye umoja wa viongozi wa Mount Kenya ikwamue hiyo mradi. Ruto tu hapa chini ya kupea watu wa Githunguri na watu wa Rali na watu wa Kabete maji, program hiyo imekwama. Ile umoja tunahitaji. Sio umoja nani atakuwa bwana mkubwa, nani atakuwa mheshimiwa excellency fulani, ni umoja wa kuhakikisha ya kwamba hiyo miradi yote na sana sana ambayo tulianza hapa na serikali ya Uhuru Kenyatta haikwami hapa, isonge mbele. Na jameni, juzi nilikuwa kwa Inoro nikawaambia, sisi katika hii mlima tumekuwa tukiambua tuko na kula, tuko na wingi. Wacha niwaambie, mimi nilienda university kusomea hesabu, sio literature. Na katika hiyo hesabu inanionyesha ya kwamba hizo namba zetu hazitoshi. Toleige. Mimi sitaki kufanya hesabu ya kuanguka. Na kuna watu wengine, siku hizi nimeokoka, lakini kabla niokoke, kuna watu wengine tulikuwa tunaenda kwao nao kwa bar, wanachokoza kwa bar, unafikiria huyu mtu amechokoza anajua kupigana. Kumbe hata hana idea kupigana. Kulimwa tunalimwa anatoroka kwanza. Mtu asianze vita kama haujui hiyo vita vile utaishinda na vile utaimaliza. Tukue watu wa kufanya hesabu ya kushinda. Hata hawa watu wamekuja kwa upinzani sababu sisi tulianza vita, hatujui vile tutamaliza, ni sisi tumewaalika. Na kadhoni wacha nikuambie, mimi niko sawa. Mimi sina mtu ananiamsha asubuhi, naamka saa 5. Niko sawa kabisa. Na ndini nakadhino na hanini. Thina wewe na guoleu. Wewe ndio ina thina ni utire mundu kuduma, utire mundu kujoliodo. Mimi niko sawa kabisa. Nikikakaa kidogo nianze kanisa yangu na maisha isonge mbele. Asante sana. Mungu awabariki.
And I understand clearly that Kuria was kicked out when that cabinet was dissolved. Now, even Kuria could have been returned. There are so many factors. The cabinet members, the Duale, this is Duale, Chirchir, Murkomen, Alice Wahome, and Soipan Tuya, and Rebecca Miano and Kindiki. There were 7, I don't know, there were 8, I think there were 8. all those who got their slots back to cabinet, they did not get their slots back because they were more competent than others. Now, at the time President Ruto was making his cabinet afresh, was constituting his cabinet afresh, there were so many factors that were playing. And that is why I don't really buy that. And secondly, I don't buy the narrative that Rigathi Gachagua is the person that made Kenya Kwanza to collapse. Mount Kenya politicians are blindly pushing this narrative. This narrative is not organic and it cannot be substantiated. This is an artificial narrative that was crafted by the Ruto axis. And Rigathi came out, responded, and of course throwing jabs at Kuria, talking about those who started the succession campaign.
So hizi ni kazi ambayo tutaendelea kufanya tukisonga mbele. And I want to ask all our leaders, sasa tutulize siasa. Wale walikuwa wameanza mambo ya 2032 tumeona wamekwama. Wale walikuwa wanaanza 2027 wamekwama. Come we work. Kuja ni tufanye kazi. Tufanye kazi ya kahawa, kazi ya chai, kazi ya kufuata barabara za Maumau, and all the other things that we are doing. And I agree with the Honorable Kuria. We unite kusukuma hizo vitu. That's why we are uniting. We are not uniting because ati tunapendana. Boko hizi tuwaragane kwendana. Ituwaragane ndu wagwati wa guthiire. The unity we call for in this region is for the purpose of fighting for the interest of this region and pushing our development agenda. And let us all unite. Kujeni tufanye kazi. Na sisi hatuna shida na mtu yeyote. Hao watu yote wa Mlima Kenya, they are my children, they are my people. Na sisi hatuna shida, kujeni tufanye kazi. Kujeni tusukume barabara ya Maumau, kujeni tusukume mambo ya chai, kujeni tusukume mambo ya kahawa. Come, we work. Tuachane na mambo ya siasa ya kutafuta viti. Hiyo wakati ukifika, wewe kama utakuwa tayari, wananchi wenye kupeana kazi si wako. Weko ndo mugithiete. Ide pate nyadu weka ine. But for now, let us work. Let us work. And the work is a lot. Na ni kazi mingi sana ya kufanywa. Mkuje tufanye kazi, tusaidiane, muende pale bunge musukume ile maneno iko, musukume budget.
So you could see the exchange of words between Kuria and Rigathi. But can we try to fact check a bit? By the time after the general election, Rigathi Gachagua was the deputy president. He started to wrestle power. He first started to, he wanted to become the kingpin. But his first strategy was to ensure that all those parties that were not in UDA could join UDA. And I remember he made a statement that, and that was in 2022, and he was giving Jubilee MPs, the likes of Sabina Chege, until December, so that they can cross over and join UDA. So his first intention was to strengthen UDA, but to strengthen UDA under President William Ruto. Many times Rigathi will go to Mount Kenya and will want to tout William Ruto as the kingpin, with an understanding that I have campaigned for you, and he will use William Ruto's shadow to succeed as the Mount Kenya kingpin. Now this kingpinship, however, it brought more chaos in the mountain, and I want to explain how. There were other young politicians, the Kimani Ichung'wahs, the Ndindi Nyoros, and Moses Kurias, who believed that by the mere virtue that the deputy president Rigathi Gachagua is the deputy president, that position should not be an automatic ladder for him to be the kingpin. So the chaos about the kingpinship started, and it was a fight between Rigathi and these other politicians, until Rigathi even went public and said, I am not interested in that. However, the over patronage and much of insisting on Mount Kenya also worked against Rigathi, and it branded him a man who did not have the national acumen. And that was his greatest undoing after ascending to the post of Kenya Kwanza. And I believe if Rigathi would have gone national, he would have risen above all those politicians and have made his easier sale to be the DP. Now, to be the kingpin. Now, is it true that Ruto brought Raila because of Rigathi? We are giving Rigathi some mileage that he doesn't deserve and doesn't have it. This narrative was crafted by William Ruto. And this is what William Ruto did. After the Gen Z protest, there was a well-coordinated campaign that the Gen Z protest was actually sponsored by Rigathi Gachagua, and that Rigathi Gachagua wanted to topple William Ruto. So this narrative of Rigathi wants to topple William Ruto, it gained momentum, and within no time, Rigathi was crafted as some mini threat to William Ruto. And I kept on saying in this channel that I don't think Rigathi was the person to remove William Ruto from power. So this narrative was crafted. Now, by the time the cabinet reshuffle is being done, coincidentally, now the politicians are emerging to say the reshuffle has been done and Raila has been brought to help William Ruto because Rigathi Gachagua wanted to remove him. Remember, the Gen Z protest came at a context, at a time when Rigathi was falling out with his boss, William Ruto. Now, I want to challenge Moses Kuria, and I want to challenge Mount Kenya politicians. I have been saying this. I will not get tired of repeating this. They must be a little bit focused and not repeat the mistake or the blunder of falling for William Ruto's traps. The reason why this narrative of Raila is in government because of Rigathi has been brought is these two reasons. The first one, Ruto just wants to brew chaos in Mount Kenya. He knows he's the one who said it, and now the Moses Kurias, while they're doing piki ponki, they're trying to get away. They're trying to get their way to government. But he knows very well that if the more young politicians will continue to blame Rigathi, Rigathi will get irritated, and now camps will emerge. Those hitting Rigathi and those fighting to defend Rigathi Gachagua. And maybe we need to listen to Gathoni wa Mushomba. There is something Gathoni wa Mushomba said in that event. I want you to listen to this.
Kule ambayo Senator Cheruiyot ametoka na Madago ametoka, kuna viongozi wengine walikuwa huko kama Uhuru Kenyatta, kuna Gideon Moi, kuna yule Ruto wa maendeleo ile mashinani, Mheshimiwa Ruto. Ushawahi sikia siku moja Cheruiyot amesimama kwa gari akatukana Gideon Moi? Acha tuongee ukweli. Na ni nini sisi hapa? Kazi yetu ni kutukanana hapa. Kama mtu wako na shida na Rigathi wa Gachagua, enda Harambee House. Enda umutembelee kana mweterere haria mathira umwire thina waku ni uyu no uyu. Niguo kana tiguo? Niende maito wa andu a Githunguri. Na no turuaga na karungo. Taru he ndi karanjukireire. Na niĩ ngĩkabangira kĩũka gũkũ ngĩkarumia thikũ igĩrĩ, agatatũ gakĩhũrĩa gakĩnjĩra bara horo hamami.
That is it. That is it. Why are you not seeing the young politicians from Rift Valley hitting Gideon Moi? Why not Raila Odinga? Why not? The only people that are under attack are now the likes of Musalia Mudavadi. And so, the main reason why this is here, Ruto wants the Moses Kurias and those who are not in government, the Moses Kuria and the Mwangi Kiunjuri, to come up and fall up and form some ring to blame Rigathi that whatever we are not getting because of Rigathi. Number two, This narrative is crafted by William Ruto to create a ground for political realignment after losing Mount Kenya. Truth be told, William Ruto got more than 3 million votes from the mountain. Now those votes are reducing, and they're reducing because of a complex reason that I can simplify as unmet pledges. The Mount Kenya youth who sang to Pangwingwe is the person that did not feel Ruto administration. So Ruto is just shifting. He knows very well that 3 billion in Mount Kenya is not there. So what is he trying to do? Probably believes that he can still get some 2 million from it. So what is he trying to do? He's trying to now to push to say, I now want to go Western. All of a sudden is a friend to Raila, Davadi and so and so. He's now going Western under the coast. And the Western and the coast are being hoodwinked after realizing the mountain is gone. I just don't know. This is not a very complex thing. It doesn't need political lenses, magical lenses, to see that William Ruto is playing this trap in Mount Kenya. And the more they entertain it, that is why I was so disappointed by Kiunjuri saying some youth have been transported to Nairobi. If, and I want to say if Rigathi Gachagua was the engine, was the man behind the move to storm parliament, Rigathi Gachagua would not be a deputy president as talking now. And if Rigathi's allies are the people that did all that, someone would have been in jail talking now. This country, this thing is not easy. Ruto will not keep a man who wants to remove him there, but a narrative has to be crafted and people are falling for that trip. Now, why is Ruto pushing this narrative? I need to explain that. And someone need to get it. Ruto is pushing this narrative, and the reason why he went for Raila, just 2 reasons. Not broad-based. The broad-based is a political smoke screen for people to marvel and feel, oh, we are part of it. We are part of it. It's just a matter of, we want to feel the sense of you, the sense of belonging. I've been seeing people even in my comment section saying, we've been in opposition for long, so we're in government. Folks, this broad-based statement is a feel-good statement. It is a feel-good safe net that the people that support Raila are supposed to be put to think. It's a safe net. I want to say this. There is a way government runs. There is a way William Ruto is calling the shots from everywhere. Even all these ministries, William Ruto is the boss. So, Luhya, Mombasa, where they've all been they're supposed to be put in a safe net to have some feel good. And I'm seeing people in the comment section here having people that have been put in that feel good net called, we are broad-based, we are in government, we've not been in opposition for long. Wait, in this government, or rather in government, let me just whisper this. There have been nothing called opposition. What is in government is minority and majority. That one in parliament. But outside parliament, government is about interests on table. Let me not explain more. So, the Raila is in government so that William Ruto will draw the diehards that were part of the protest, because he knew that the diehards being part of the Gen Z protest cannot be controlled when they get the support of others. And in fact, Ruto did not want a situation where the Luo and Kikuyu are in the street. You may need to go to read Flames of Freedom by Raila Odinga. You'll understand what I'm talking about. The government failed in the first 2 years. He had lost grip, and William Ruto just needed to do a shake-up. So there was no basis. There was no way you could remove Kuria and still go and pick someone from UDA. That person will be fought to the tooth. But you need to get a reason to tweak things around, because the system had collapsed. And it collapsed because immediately people came to power, they started looting left, right, and center. Let's meet in the next.